Hi, folks. Welcome to another Wednesday Wisdom. Thanks so much for being here. My name is Anna Hendricks, and it's great to have you. This week, I want to talk to you about something very specific, something that I have started incorporating into my life, and it is making enormous, enormous differences. So, of course, I'm excited about it, and I want to share it with you. What I want to encourage you with this week is to start meditating, to work it into your schedule. You may or may not have started seeing this like inundation of mindfulness and meditation and brain information like proliferating the internet lately. And I think that that's because mindfulness and meditating is really becoming popular as our culture is becoming more and more stressed out because we are moving at such a fast pace. We are handling so many different things, and our bodies are breaking down in the midst of that. I have felt led to start meditating for some months now, but it wasn't until a couple of weeks ago where my stress level basically hit like an all-time high. And I was kind of, I've been traveling a lot this past month, and I had an anxiety attack. It wasn't a big one, it wasn't anything enormous, but I just thought, like, I've got to just try this. I've got to start doing it because I had read so much about how meditating helps anxiety and helps people, like kind of work through mental junk. So I sat down and I got to tell you, like within 3 days, actually the very first day, I noticed an enormous difference in myself. And within 3 days, I was sleeping better. My productivity had shot through the roof. My food choices were better. My anxiety was like super calm. And I was just thinking clear again. I've been so stressed out because work has really exploded the last couple of months. And I've been so stressed out trying to juggle everything and handle everything. And in the midst of that, I feel like my mind has really gotten kind of it's slowed down because it's gotten so worked up, and I've felt dumb, quite frankly. I feel like my creativity had gone out the window, and I was freaking out about that because not only was I stressed out, but then I wasn't thinking clearly, and I'm like, hey, I know I'm smarter than this, but like I can't tap into it. So I just want to share this with you because I've been meditating for 10 minutes a day for 2 weeks now, and it is making a huge, huge, huge difference in my life. It's something that I'm so excited about. I've started sharing it with several friends, and I definitely wanted to share it with my Wednesday Wisdom audience because this is something that can be used or incorporated across a wide array of everyone can benefit from meditation. Kids, teenagers, adults. I mean, I have to tell you, like, there are just some things I wish I had learned as a younger adult that I could have already been incorporating. But hey, better late than never, right? So what I want to walk through with you quite quickly is how to make this a habit, how to do this and how to do it really simply. Because sometimes when we think about meditation, it's like this huge, like esoteric, like this very strange thing that we can't wrap our minds around. We don't know what it is, and maybe it even freaks us out a little bit. So I want to kind of like break down the myths for you and then just kind of tell you how to do it very simply. The first thing is you want to choose a time. For me, the mornings are best. If you have kids or you're married or whatever your life situation is, that's going to be up to you. You've got to pick a time that you can stick to every single day. Two, you want to pick a place. So for me, after my morning routine, the last thing that I usually do before I leave my bed is pray. And so what I've started doing is meditating right after that time, before I leave my bed. If you're able to meditate in the morning, it's fantastic because you're actually able to kind of sit down and get into it before your day starts. However, I've read a lot of studies that have said meditating at night and in the morning are very beneficial. So if night works best for you, go for it. What is most important is that you start a habit, right? The third thing is you want to decide how long you want to meditate for. So I do 10 minutes. And I actually have follow a couple people online who've been meditating for years and years and years. And 10 minutes is still their max. So don't feel the need to be like, oh, I'm going to give it like 30 minutes or an hour. If you don't have much time and you're very busy, you've got a full family, start with 5 minutes. That's okay. Don't feel the need to compete with your time with anybody else's. Here again, what's most important is that you choose something that you can do, right? So decide how long. Fourth thing is you want to set your intention for the day when you sit down to meditate. So every day before I meditate, I just kind of say out loud, um, today I want to focus on gratefulness. And my mantra will be something so simple like, I'm grateful for where I'm at right now. I'm grateful for everything I have right now. Something like that. Something very simple. Or I can do all things through Christ. Or whatever it is that I'm feeling at the moment. If I'm really stressed out, then I'm going to want to focus on, hey, I can do all things through Christ. And that's a personal mantra for me. You could say whatever you want for you. Think about what you need. Choose your intention and set it. Say it out loud before you set that timer. So then the next thing you're going to do is you're just going to set your timer and you're going to start meditating. In terms of being able to think about your mantra through your head, you can kind of play it over and over in your head. What I like to do is just kind of say it to myself again and again. But what's most important is that you're breathing and that you're just calming yourself. I just after a week, like I'm actually really enjoying my 10 minutes and like that quiet time, and I'm learning to just kind of relax into it. I have a mantra, but I don't necessarily say it over and over like I did in the beginning. Here again, there are days when like I'm kind of feeling jived up, and so I will say it again and again. Whatever your feeling is. So, last thing is give it at least a week. Whatever, if you do decide to do this, make sure you give it a week. Let it just kind of sink in. I mean, just kind of see if you notice any changes, see if anything's different for you. If it's not, then that's okay. You don't have to stick to it, but at least give it a week. The week is going to pass anyway. Wouldn't you like to end a week better versus in the same place? And hey, at the worst case scenario, you are in the same place. And then you can be like, hey, all this like meditation, mindfulness stuff, whatever. My last sort of piece of advice would be don't put pressure on yourself to have some like overly spiritual, like, oh, I'm going to meditate, I'm going to be mindful, whatever thing. Don't like, if you start reading articles about it, don't compare what you're doing to others. Just be content and happy and proud of yourself and thank yourself for showing up to do it every day. Because I can tell you that when you do that, it's going to make it a lot easier for you to continue doing it. So be kind to yourself in the process and don't compare. This is what I have for you this week. I, again, am sharing this with you because I am so pumped. And it's definitely something that I'm going to, the little lessons I'm learning along the way, I'll be kind of weaseling into my Wednesday Wisdom videos. So get ready to hear more about it. It's kind of like my love for yoga. But the thing is, I want to live the best life I possibly can be and be healthy, mind, body, soul, spirit. So I hope that you have an awesome Wednesday. Try out some mindfulness, baby. Why not? Have a great weekend. Come back and hang out with me next Wednesday.